Morning, everyone. What you just heard was music. So I'm here today to talk to you about what music really is and how it can benefit us so greatly. Okay. What music is, music is a combination of trills, accents, patterns, tempos, all together can produce beautiful melodies. Ever wondered why primary school teachers consistently use music in their classrooms? Well, think of all the rhymes that you probably still perfectly remember by now. I mean, music is universal. It is found in every culture in some form. Music has the power to help children learn and understand and memorize concepts that to them may be so difficult, like the ABCs. I mean, try and remember the 17th letter in the alphabet. Who has to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G? I do. Okay. Music also Music is also very important in our adult education, not just our primary school education. My question is this: why is music limited to the primary school classroom? Why is it that we don't use music in our education? Our current education system doesn't seem to account for the remarkable effects of music on the human development. And music is limited to the classroom. There's no doubt that music can benefit young children, but why don't we utilize this power of music in our education? We're constantly faced with the question with the comparison of sports and music. But why? I mean, music, after all, brings color into our life. And I'm here, again, to talk about how music can benefit human development. First off, music has cognitive powers. That means it's powers related to the brain and higher order functions. But in a study conducted at the University of California in Irvine, it was found that Alzheimer's patients who actually conducted memory tests under the classical music condition actually performed much better than those who did not. And why? Well, this is because the part of the brain associated with memory, the hippocampus, is located right beside the part of the brain associated with music, the primary auditory cortex. And they're both located in the temporal lobe of the brain. Music doesn't only have the power to aid in memory loss. Music also has the power to help recognize patterns. Because, as you can see, there are fractions, there are trills, there are many aspects of music that are essential to help the brain grow. And this is known as neuroplasticity. What neuroplasticity is that it's the brain's ability to adapt depending upon what demand we place on it. In a study conducted by James Hidzak, it was found that music actually enhanced the cortical thickness. So the cortex is a part of the brain, obviously, that's associated with higher order powers, such as reading or understanding and solving math problems. And in his study, it was found that those who were musically trained actually had a much thicker cortex than those who didn't. And this study was conducted on 232 individuals between the ages of 6 and 18. So this shows how, really music does affect the brain drastically. And essentially, you can say music makes you smarter. Okay, music doesn't only have cognitive powers, music also has social powers. What does that mean? Well, did you ever think that music could be the connecting factor between a mother and a child? Yes, that's right, mother and child. When a mom holds the baby to her chest, all they hear is the heartbeat of their mom's, the rhythm of their mom's heartbeat. Sorry, side note, thank you, Mom, for everything you've done. And for giving me the power of music, because it has the ability to make me feel this way. And it's really the connection between you and me, and I just want to thank you for giving me this musical power. don't think this connection would have been as strong. Music has the power to bring us together. Music is a connecting factor because when I hug my mom, all I hear is her heartbeat, and that's rhythm and pitch. What music is rhythm and pitch. And music has the power. Music is the connecting factor because it is all about this rhythm and pitch that we're so attracted to. I mean, it was in a study conducted, it was found that when mothers weren't holding their babies, they would sing to them. And the power of music, and this power that music has to connect a mother and child through song, I think that has immense social value. Okay, so what do you think parents do when babies cry? I'm 18, I'm not a baby, but mom, you know what to do. Well, they sing to you. My mom sings to me occasionally, and when babies cry, parents often try to praise their children by the known pitch of the known pattern of higher than lower, and this higher lower is demonstrated is universal, and this is demonstrated through the word cha-tra in Arabic and bravo in French, or even the English word wow, where we go high, where it's a higher pitch versus a lower pitch. And this is compared to the staccato pitch of the look or stop. And this shows how, without even understanding what these words mean, just by hearing the pitch, we are able to understand what the person is trying to say. Music also has the powers to bring people together. And imagine playing in a band and not having any connection with the people you're playing with. It won't sound perfect. Alongside these social and cognitive powers, music also has biological powers in that when you listen to music, this feel-good hormone known as dopamine is released in the brain. And when dopamine is released, the body is stimulated, and it has the equivalent effect of drugs. Yeah. So you can almost say that music can be a substitute for these drugs. Music doesn't only release dopamine into the brain, it also has the power to release cortisol. And cortisol is a stress hormone that, when released in the body, can hinder performance. And thus, by listening to music, you can enhance for students personally, they can enhance their production through music. And in a quote by in the book, This Is Your Brain on Music by Daniel Levitin, it was found that music has the power to truly transform you. And this is why, for me, I get so emotional when I listen to music. As said earlier, that the hormone, when cortisol is released, the body goes into stress mode, and when you're in stress mode, you're less productive, and it's very hard to get things done. So, all in all, music not only has cognitive, emotional, and all these different powers, music also is a way to bring people together, and it has healing powers. It has to the point where you can take courses in musical therapy. Music shouldn't be just for primary school teachers, and it shouldn't be used just in the elementary school. We should use it and utilize it every day in our education, because after all, music is what feelings sound like, and we can elicit all of our emotions through music. Here's a little recap of where the auditory cortex that deals with music and the hippocampus, you see musical memories, they're right there, right beside one another. And this shows how how music and memory can be so highly interlinked. Music also has the power, as I said earlier, to bring us all together. And I can stay here forever and talk to you all about how music is so essential in our lives. And I think this picture sums up how music truly is universal, it is beautiful, talks about skill, and there's so many different branches to how music can truly, truly, truly impact us. And I'm here today to encourage you all to please consider music as a part of your everyday education, because it's so essential to our learning and it can enhance it drastically. And our education system really doesn't account for this. Thank you very much for listening. Sorry for my emotional breakdown.